Hello, beautiful family of light. And as myself, Eliza Mozal, and my assistant, Puccino. I was about to start my live, and Puccino came up to me. Just stood next to me, and I knew it. That boy needs a cuddle. So this is what we did. Hello and welcome into our tribe. If you are new, my name is Eliza Mozal. I am an energy healer and a spiritual mentor, and I am absolutely passionate about helping people heal their energy, heal their lives, heal their hearts, so they can manifest the life of their dreams. And oh, look at that baby boy. And now who's coming? Ali. Okay, guys, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you that little fella. She got something and now she runs away. Okay, so let's start, beautiful souls. Let me put Puccino down. Let's put the music down as well, and let's share that video to our group, Sovereign Hearts. If you are not a member of that group yet, there is a link here in description, and I'm going to encourage you to go ahead, click that link, join our tribe, and give yourself an opportunity to join us every Tuesday. And I'm going in between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m., 4 p.m., but I think we will do it at 2 or 3 p.m. Let me know what time would suit you best. Share in a community. Okie dokie, there it is. And the post. And I'm going to share as well to another group to give more people opportunity to come and join, as we are talking about getting tangible results with this work. In the same time, I'll be explaining what do I mean by work, what do I mean by energy work, and I'm going to answer lots of questions that I have been asked recently based on more and more people finding out about what is it possible for them on that journey based on the examples I am sharing from my own manifestations. So how beautiful it is. If you are new, or this is one of the first times you are live with me at all, please put that in the comment section. I would love to give you a huge big warm hug. Welcome to this magnificent community. And it's just amazing to share live this moment together. It is a very empowering, liberating, the connection that we get from doing this work and connecting. It is so magnificent. So I have had a, hi Melissa, hello, Maria, ooh, hi, wow, so nice, and I feel the love straight away. I have started my day with my beautiful, amazing routine that helps me step into my highest light. And I did part of it in my home, and then I got my things and I went to the beach. And on the beach, I was continuing by being, hi Melissa, by being in this energy and expanding on it by embedding into my system. And I am very well known for having that straight connection with source, creator energy. And this is how I shapeshifted my whole life, by relying on that divine guidance, not on my lower self. So this is a huge thing. And I ask, what would be the best way for me today to express my highest light for the greatest good of all? And this video came through, a suggestion straight away. You've got to talk about it. You've got to answer the questions people just been asking you over and over again. You've got to explain to them. Hello, Rahima. You've got to explain to them how extremely important is this few points to get this tangible, life-changing results. And let's start with, what do I mean by work? By work, inner work, and then it expands into outer work. I mean knowing what Dr. Joe Dispenza is teaching. Not just that, Eckhart Tolle as well, the power of being in your inner energy field and in a present moment, right? From a place of love and ease, or wherever you are. By work, I mean using the teachings of those amazing masters, teachers, Neville Goddard, Eckhart Tolle, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden, who else? The Four Agreements, Don Luis Miguel, I believe, as well, the author of Surrender Experiment, Michael Singer. These teachings are all about going within, going internally here, take full-on responsibility for my life, knowing that my thoughts, feelings, and actions are creating my reality, which means whatever I experience and I blame others, I manifested myself. And that means that I can create an entirely different reality in which I am no longer a victim, in which I no longer feel drained every day by guilt and shame, and it just feels normal and natural. A reality that in my heart I feel I came here to create, shape shift, and manifest from whatever was given to me through my journey of conditioning. Please let me know, put a little emoji if that makes sense. So by work, I mean doing the inner work every day. Meditating, breath work, looking within, taking a note who I no longer want to be today, looking at those patterns to not be a slave to them, looking at the clear, crystal clear picture who instead of those old patterns I am choosing to be today, and checking on myself every day throughout the day. Okay, which state I am in right now? What is the signal that I am sending into this world? And what is my emotional state to receive whatever it is, the signal I'm sending out back to myself? So this is what I mean by work. Transmuting the shadow into the light, not getting rid of it, not resisting it, not condemning or judging, accepting the human side of myself, accepting my humanity and spirituality, accepting the perfection of imperfection, and how everything gives us opportunity to expand on forgiveness, compassion, love and joy and freedom, going deeper and deeper to deeper layers of conditioning we willingly signed up for on a soul level. Why does this feel so hard to do? This is so good, Melissa. Oh, I'm so grateful you are asking that question. Why is it so hard to do this? Number one thing that we have been taught to believe that things to change are hard. And there is a simple explanation that goes back to physics, So everything is 100% space and things that appear and disappear in space, because our cells, our structure, it isn't firm. We've been believed that it is firm, but it isn't. It jumps in and out of this quantum field 8 times per second. So we appear and we disappear. We are not still as we are. And we are over 99.99% that space that is filled up with information / light. Information and light is all the same thing. Okay? Now, we've been made believe to hook our attention from the first day that we are conscious in this lifetime on this planet. We've been trained to be hooked on that 0.0000001% particle that appears and disappears, which is matter, and it's not actually solid matter. Scientists are proving that right now. because it constantly jumps in and out of space. So we may believe that that is solid, unchangeable, and that there is something wrong with us, and that it is hard to change it. Okay? Now, what that makes is that our awareness, our human awareness goes out, and it's constantly hooked on those feelings, emotions, actions, and emotional state assigned to that specific thing that we've been made to believe it's right, wrong, good, or bad, unpleasant, or amazing, whatever it is that the conditioning we have received, that this specific thing, that's a lighter that I used to light up my incense and my beautiful energy cleansing tools that I love to play with. I was made believe, oh, are you kidding me? I'm not touching that stuff. This is just a woo-woo thing. Now I'm having a fun with it because I want to try new things. So if I'm made believe that this is solid matter and it cannot change, that's how everything is shaped in our reality. So everything you're surrounded with is all the people, all the culture, through thousands and thousands and thousands of years of conditioning, is forgetting what we truly are. We are the spark of divine, and we have the power within us and all around us to change things like that. So let's say you go into a deep meditation, okay? Let me know if that makes sense, Melissa. So if you're going into a meditation and you go really deeply, and you go into that meditation and you change, you dissolve, you fully surrender, you entirely let go. Your awareness is only on being aware in the vastness of space. Time doesn't exist, your skin doesn't exist, your name doesn't exist. Your awareness is only there for long enough. When you come back, when you got hooked there, that you are not good enough. When you do meditation and you go into feelings and emotions and thoughts assigned to I am not good enough. I am worthy of being mistreated. I am okay with being treated less than. When you have this attention, of course you will come back to the same body and the same reality that it believes in that conditioning. But when you're changing your whole structure, you allow yourself to fully surrender, go through the fear into the unknown, you can come back as a different person. When I went to the beach this morning, I came back home and my beloved Andrea is asking me, tell me all about it, how was it? And I'm like, Andrea, I have a new body. I feel reborn. I feel like I'm gonna cry and scream from joy in the same time. Something so phenomenal happened, and it happened to me many times before. Okay, but on this chapter of my journey, right now, something phenomenal and excruciating happened, and I refuse to believe any longer that change and out of nowhere jumping into that is difficult or it's hard. Okay, so if your belief is that it is hard, it will be very hard / impossible. Okay, because we don't get in life what we want. We get in life what we are being, what we are believing in. So if I'm training myself in meditation and outside of meditation, then it is so easy. The whole science proves it. I'm getting the knowledge. I am in connection with others who are doing the same, believing the same, or training themselves to believe the same. Of course, it will be so much easier for me to believe this stuff is easy. It just happened for him like that. It just happened for her after 5 months. It just happened for them after 2 days. It happened for her after 3 years of not giving up. Okay? So ask yourself where you can be more aware about this belief. If this belief is working for you, you're happy to have a life where you believe that this is hard, then stay with it. If you look back, which is doing this work, look within. How is that belief serving me right now on this journey? It is not serving me at all. Out. What is your next number one focus? Do as much as you can every single day to work on releasing that belief and transmuting. It is so easy. And I'm so worthy. And I am it. Okay? And Melissa says it's excellent. I'm reading Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Can you speak the idea of soul contracts? If you have a soul contract to die at a certain time, how do you explain the idea of soul? How do we explain the idea of someone healing themselves? This is so confusing to me. I'm so sorry for many questions. Melissa, don't apologize for being you. Don't apologize ever for anything. Like, why would you? You're asking question and then you apologize? Don't. There is no need. If you feel like you need to apologize for something, don't do it. Okay? And this is absolutely amazing question. And I'm going to take this question because I've done so much work around it. I've done so much activations, freeing and liberations around it, that I will talk about it in a future video, because it isn't in full on alignment with what I want to speak about right now, and I don't want to be here for far too long that I can today. So Melissa, please screenshot that picture, let me screenshot this, there it is, that question, and we will get back to it on another live. And thank you so much for asking. Please let me know if what you have heard so far feels in alignment, and allow yourself to slow down. Where is a confusion, there is a little bit of a lack of presence and clarity, which comes from being present in a specific frequency. You're welcome. You are welcome, Melissa. So what is the energy work? Energy work is our bodies, our human bodies in this experience we are all energy, but we humans with our magnificent hearts and its beautiful power, we create all around our bodies an electromagnetic field, which is, if it is in balance, if it is harmonious, and if it is in full on activity, the healthy activity, it has so much energy all around that it can create a whole new reality. It can create a baby, it can create a new life, a new passion work, it can create a new body, the healed body. This is all the stuff I have manifested myself by using few amazing keys, few amazing things that not that many people talk about, but I spoke about it in detail in 3-day live event, and in a description box you can go and you can watch these 3-day lives where I explain how I did it. So this electromagnetic energy field, for majority of people, by majority I mean over 99% of people, they wake up, they are not even aware of that energy field, and that energy field, that energy, that vital life force energy gets drained straight away through feeling guilt and shame, through constantly leaking your energy and paying more of your attention to the outside world, circumstances, people, than to yourself. Meaning, to have that electromagnetic energy field healed, it doesn't mean to be not aware what's going on. It's a different way of awareness when we are in our energy, in our power, in our light, and at the same time we don't react to the outside environment or internal environment. Internal environment is how we react to those people, places, and situations, past, present, future, all of it, okay? So let's say you walk into the workplace and you see that one lady that you just cannot stand. Straight away you're flooding your body with guilt and shame. You straight away flooding your body with anger that you don't know how to even process, because you cannot go there and tell them bah! Or whatever it is you want to express. You're pushing it down, and you come back home and you feel so bad about yourself because you know on a deep level that you are not doing yourself a favor, and you are hurting yourself and everyone around you, because the frequency signature you are expressing right now goes all around you everywhere. Okay, you're draining yourself from vital life force energy, and this is what it's called living in survival. Today I have experienced, after going through a period in my own journey where I went through a huge, now I can laugh about it, I went through a huge, enormous amount of pain and fear buried under the layers of being dishonest with myself. By being dishonest with myself, I mean not looking deep within, fully and entirely surrendering, fully and entirely. Okay, what am I dealing with? What is internally within me that I've been pushing down subconsciously in the last few weeks? And through that process of healing and expanding, by going into deeper layers of my own journey, I came to the other side, and all I'm experiencing again are gratitude attacks. Not anxiety attacks that I was experiencing 4, 5, 6 years ago or 8 years ago in a conscious anxiety state. I'm experiencing love attacks, and my whole body is melting. I feel the tingling all over my whole legs, like it will be euphoria. Just even talking about it, because I've programmed my body that it is safe for me to be in this now present moment through doing that inner work. Do you think that I would be able to do it on my own? I tried for a long time, and I did a lot on my own. I did lots of healings. I tapped into that inner healer that I became. I tapped into that magnificent energy healer that I became from inside out. That's why my clients getting the most phenomenal results in such a short period of time if they go all in, because of my own electromagnetic energy field most of the time is in a huge, massive love frequency expansion. And I want to share something with you, so please pay a really big attention now to that picture. So most people make this mistake, okay? They are living in a state of apathy, constantly not enough of energy, tired, exhausted, drained, frustrated. They live in fear, okay? They live in fear. If you cannot be in present moment and fully, deeply relaxed, feeling safe and at ease, there is a huge chance that you are living in a fear state of mind. Okay? Apathy, guilt and shame, unable to forgive yourself or others for something that happened 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. And you carrying that into your present day, refilling and reliving, flooding your body with chemicals associated with suffering frequency. Okay? This is what I did 90% of my life. Now, in suffering, this is where we are living for most of our time, but we come to the awareness, I cannot be here any longer. I want a life where I can be at peace. Okay, can you see that on the top? I want to be in love, so that's 500. I want to be in flow, that's a flow, okay? I want to be in love. I want someone to love me. I want a baby or a husband or a wife that will love me for who I am. If you don't love yourself first, because you are living here, and you don't put enough of time, attention, money, investment, focus into yourself, how are you gonna create this reality based on that energy? You simply cannot. Guilt and shame is not creating loving, lasting, and beautiful relationships. I tried most of my life, but I felt so much guilt and shame for not being the way my mind told me, my conditioned mind told me. So of course I could not create these relationships. And if I created them for seconds, they were gone and turning into hatred relationships very fast. That doesn't tell me that it was, created from the right energy. So I want you to look very carefully on that scale of consciousness and ask yourself, where am I most of my time? Because if you feel anger and you don't know how to process it in a healthy way, anger is a stepping stone to neutrality and love. So if you judge that you are angry and instead of processing in a healthy way, you feel guilty for being angry, you lower down your frequency. This is what majority of people is doing. They have no idea how to feel even about their feelings and emotions, because there is a subconscious belief that it's bad and wrong to be angry. It is better to be angry than live in guilt and shame. How do I know it? I never allowed myself to be angry. I just felt guilt and shame instead, which is such a massive drop. So if you go to that workplace, relationship, you wake up in your home and straight away in your head you are swearing at your bed, it's your bed's fault, you're not sleeping well, it's your husband or wife's fault because of this and that, they pissed you off. When you do the things I did in the before, it's time to stop deluding ourselves that I'm gonna be able on my own to create a new reality from a place of guilt and shame. And this is what I had to do. I started discovering, oh my God, I'm going deeper in this journey, but there's something within me. I don't know what is it. It's boiling. It's boiling. It vibrates slightly higher and like more and more. What is it? And I was unable to fully see it for what it is, because there was this like a dishonesty. No, everything is okay. No, everything is okay. Let me roll up my sleeves and go and do some work and help others and create this new thing, and that's okay, because then it started creating more and more pain and suffering to resisting what is within, until I had my back against the wall and I realized, oh my god, I need to spend so much more time with myself. And in my case, in this specific time, it meant 4, 5, 7 hours a day, looking within, sitting with myself, prayer, meditation, nature, and all the things I am teaching my beautiful tribe. Yesterday, we did in Sovereign Hearts group on a Zoom a meditation with going into deep ease, because we cannot be in fear and heal our bodies, minds, and souls. We cannot live in a survival state and manifest a whole new, loving, butterfly, unicorn, amazing reality when we are overflowing with feeling not good enough about ourselves and unworthy to invest into ourselves. And I have so many people that came and reached out to me, and then unworthiness stopped. I am not worthy to invest in myself and go all in. I want something different, but I'm gonna keep on deluding myself that something just gonna maybe change if I'm just gonna maybe wish about it. And I've been there myself. There's nothing wrong with it. I've been there myself, and I stayed stuck. For about 3-4 years, I was doing Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations. So many people ask me, which one did you do? Which one you did? They get hooked on that particle and forget that it's all about the emotions and feelings you feel, and it doesn't matter which meditation you do. I started creating my own meditations, the ones that I do what my healed heart tells me it would be lovely and beautiful for me to experience today, okay? So many people get hooked on which meditation did you do, and it doesn't matter which one. I did so many first ones, and I focused on harmony, because there was so much confusion in my life, so I focused on embedding harmony and peace into myself, and then I was able to see what I truly want, a freedom lifestyle in nature. Right? So, and I was there for about 3-4 years, going so deep. And then it became time that depression came back and hit me, and I'm like, I'm doing something wrong. I'm lying somewhere here to myself. Let me go deeper. And I started doing 3-4 hours of meditations every day and walking in that energy in between meditations. And then I joined a tribe and I invested money into myself by asking another coach, please help me. Please help me. I humbled myself and I listened to everything they shared with me, that it would be good for me to try and go into all in. And I went all in. And when I was in that tribe, I was in the center of it. Not because I needed attention, because my ego could not keep me away any longer from hiding behind closed camera. I made sure that I am heard by people in the tribe who were sharing on every time, and I was sharing every time, that I'm felt, so I shared out loud from the depth of my heart, and I am seen. So I never was behind closed camera. Never. And I see people coming, joining, hiding, and that's okay, that's amazing. But if you truly want to receive tangible results, take a note, you've got to go all in. You got to get a tribe that is doing the same, and you are one of them. Meaning you don't slack, you do the work every day as best as you can. No comparison to one another, but as best as you can with the energy you have now. You want to get that one-on-one help. You want someone to look into your energy, your behaviors, your patterns, and instead of wasting another 15 years repeating pattern that doesn't work for you, someone could come and tell you, this is it, we need to get rid of that. Okay, that's what happened to me. It's so life-changing to be exposed on one-on-one to another person, especially someone who already did what I want to do. Be sure that you are on the top of that work. Nothing else comes first. You overflowing yourself first, and then you share from overflow with the world, and being so deeply in your heart 24/7. If you don't know how to self-regulate, where you are out of your state, you got to do everything to learn that, to get out of the survival mode. And it's nothing wrong with going into survival. The problem is staying in a survival. Okay? How fast can you get yourself out of it into a pure bliss, into your alignment? Okay? So this information is absolutely precious. It is life-changing. It changes people's lives. From misery, pain, into phenomenal, magnificent freedom. I healed from depression. I healed from anxiety. I healed from abusing my body, my mind and soul with drugs, spending money I didn't earn yet, absolutely flooding myself with guilt and shame every day. I healed from that. I healed to the point, because I was doing that for so long, but I couldn't still change that outside reality. I was still in the job I didn't want it to be in, and I was still flooded with debts. I didn't have a financial sanity. I was still in the house I couldn't even put on a market, and the mortgage was set up for 2 people. Okay, and I was the only one paying for it for the last 11-12 years. I was still living the life that I didn't want it to be in. Okay, when I invested in myself fully and entirely, this is it. There is no more chances. If not now, then never. Then never. Then there is no point of continuing this life, because I am in these amazing states, but there is something missing with making that end. It shows up in the front of me, and that one-on-one support and group support helped me to break that gap. Okay, then within just few months, I believe 5 months, I have quit my 9-to-5 job without having all the money in the work on my bank account telling me you can do it. In fact, there was just a little bit of money on my account, and I quit the job, not because I was angry, not because I hated them all and the job I was doing. I was in love with them by this time. I was in love with myself over there. I was in love with the energy I'm spreading all over the world in this workplace, because I was connecting with people all over the world. I was in love with everything because I healed. And my heart told me, enough is enough. Dive deeper into the unknown. You no longer belong in that workplace. So I did. Before I even had because I put 4 weeks notice, before I even had my last, that was just over a year ago. Before I had my last day at work, I already had much more clients for one-on-one work with me that I could handle. My account was overflowing with money. A few days later, I am on a plane to Mexico. I've never traveled outside of Europe. I've only been in few places, and then I am traveling all over the world in the times when people say it's impossible to travel right now. And I am not breaking any laws. I'm just listening to my divine heart's guidance. I'm just listening to that heart coherence and that intelligence we all have within us. And we can all tap into and open that door once we go all in with this work. I see Alice. Hello. Melissa says, great advice. That is so true. Hi, James. Hi, Lucy. Hello, everyone. Hello, beautiful souls. If you have a specific question, please ask over here and we will get to it as soon as we can. I am feeling absolutely phenomenal. Let me see in the notes if there is anything else I meant to share. Yes, I think I shared literally everything. So if you're starting this work, amazing, phenomenal, go all in. Like, get yourself drunk on this love, on this emotion. Meditate every single day, 3 times a day. Be sure you're doing somewhere at least 2 hours of meditations altogether. Do the breath work, don't shy away, and whatever you're scared of, go into it. Go into it. As soon you are out of your desired state, once you learn how to embody your desired state, and something triggers you, you don't know how to get back, train yourself, and if that doesn't work, hire help, hire support, allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to receive. And if you are feeling stuck in this work, you're doing this work, but it doesn't bring results, and then you have them, and then you lose them. If that's your case, which it was my case, there is probably a huge, massive layer of unworthiness that it's not allowing you to even go and ask for help and receive that help. Because that means that your ego, your false sense of self, that unworthy side of lower you, it means that if you would ask for the help, if you would reach out to Eliza and say, Eliza, is there any chance we can work on one-on-one? That lower self knows that it's going to have to die. It knows that this is it. It knows that this energy you feel now in your heart, this is the cure. This is the cure, and I know I can get it. So of course it's going to pull you out of it. It's going to give you all the reasons in the whole wide world why not do it. Money, right? Time or energy. The truth is, when we all of a sudden end up in a hospital after something happening, and we are in a hospital for a month or 2 or weeks, unable to go to work, all of a sudden we still find money. We still find money to heal. But when we are walking riddled with guilt and shame and depression, we are under the grip of unworthiness. So please be honest with yourself today on your journey from a place of love, and ask yourself, what will be lovely to me? What is it that I can do more here? If you listen to this video on a go, can you sit down and watch it again and take all the notes and put into action all the life-changing, precious information that you just heard here? Can you do that for yourself? Can you love yourself enough to sit down with this video, write down all of the goodies that came to you, and put that every day into action? And if you struggle, reach out for help. So ask yourself, because this is life-changing. And I'm sharing that with you because I spent majority of my lives separated from others. I was feeling such a loneliness and misery, whether I was on my own or with other people. Why? Because of that separation. I am different, I am not worthy, I am less than, I am not good enough, this is not for me, I will never gonna get it, oh no, I cannot work with that person, I don't know if I can do it, all of that stuff, okay? And everything can be healed. absolutely everything. Okay, my lovelies, I'm gonna finish with that. If you watched till this point, please post a heart emoji in the comments section. I would love to know. And I am soon bringing in a phenomenal announcement. I am opening the door to Healed Healer Mastermind self-study group. If you heard about it before, you know people's lives are changing when joining that tribe. We are doing now a monthly Zoom get-togethers for the next few months, and I'm going to open the door very soon, but only for 5 people. Only for 5 people. If you want to be on the top of the list, and if you want to be the first to find out and join to heal your energy, heal your life, and emanate into this world your healed energy, which means being a healer. You don't have to put hands on anyone to be a healer. You can just be in your light and you are healing the whole wide world. If this is the calling you feel, send me a private message, #healed, and I will get back to you when I have the information to share. I'm sending you so much love, so much light, and so many blessings.